Hi everyone, Eric here, aka the Quantum Ranger, and today I'm making this video because I believe I was probably the first Asian or Oriental Red Power Ranger. Now many people are going to argue and say that there were a lot of Oriental Power Rangers. Well, that's true, a lot of them were ranging from the colors of pink and yellow and blue, maybe even green and red. But I think I was probably the first red Power Ranger. Some people are going to say, well, Shane Clark from Power Rangers Ninja Storm was the Red Ranger. Yeah, he can be considered a second, of course. Now, a lot of people ask me about my life, and I don't really like to get into it. Let's just say that I lost my family was at a long age, and I was adopted into the Myers family, you could say. I was originally a friend of Wesley Coven's, went to the same prep school together, but then he had some friends and that he hanged out with, and these friends were real creeps to me, and then one day I said, that's it, I'm leaving. And Wesley was like, hey, you don't gotta take anything from them. And I was like, oh, this is just for a bunch of rich kids that they go to this school and act like they're better than everybody else. That's not true. Now, I've known Wesley for a long time, and his life wasn't perfect either. His father, Mr. Collins, his wife, Wesley's mother's died when he was about maybe 5 or 10, so give or take that his life wasn't easy. But compared to my life, he had a lot of luxuries and privileges, but also that I didn't have. So I left, and then years later I came back to Silver Hills when the Collins inner company started the Silver Guardian Protection Agency. And some people will argue that the Silver Guardians were private security officers who were hired to protect people who could not, well, some would say that they were independent and may have bumped heads with the Silver Guardian Police Department. Well, if that was the case or not, I really don't know. I got the position as I took over. I got the position of commander of the Silver Guardians after the original head of the division was injured in one of the mutant attacks. I eventually came across the quantum powers one time when in a construction site I found what was at the time the quantum morpher. And then I went back in time and got the Quantosaurus Rex, or as I like to call it, the Q-Rex. Well, Ranzik had one of his goons to put a blockout thing on it, so my Morpher that I actually talked through to quote the Quantosaurus Rex wouldn't work because some idiot put a blockout thing on it. When we took that blockout thing out, I was able to get control of the Quantosaurus Rex. Now, I was a creep here and there, I will admit that, and that there were times where I was kind of creep. I mentioned. It basically wasn't until after we both found ourselves fighting to try to stop Franzik and his Crybots when the other Time Force Rangers went back to the year 3000, and me and Wesley, we became good friends after that. I mean, we realized that we were fighting to save the world, and even though we both came from different backgrounds and we both had different upbringings, we weren't really that different in certain areas. Well, some of my next time they'd see me was when me and the rest of the Time Force Rangers teamed up with the Wild Force Rangers to take care of the mutant orgs, or org mutants. We were also invited by Power Rangers Command to also be a part of the Forever Red when we went against the Machine Empire, or General Vendrix. Even though Time Force was strictly independent, and it was Time Force was a division of the United States federal government, Power Rangers Command technically didn't have any jurisdiction over the Power Rangers Time Force, except so it was an invitation and it was optional for us, and I decided to jump on it, and so did Wesley at the time. Even though, give or take, the Power Rangers Command did have the United States federal government say that they would not use the powers only to protect and defend, and they would guard the secret of the Power Ranger powers, and blah blah blah, but that's a story for a different day. Okay, that's it for me. I can see that a lot of people start getting NG. Is Eric done talking yet? Is the Quantum Ranger done? Yeah, I believe so. I am. Alright, that's it. I'm Eric, aka the Quantum Ranger. I'll see you all later. Bye.